Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me once again. And folks, we just got some more breaking news about Donald Trump and the classified document case against him. And folks, let me tell you, it's not good for Donald Trump. It just keeps getting worse for him. You folks already know about the classified document case against Donald Trump. Of course, he was indicted over the summer for his handling of classified documents, and he also was charged with other crimes in connection to them, such as obstruction of justice. But we just got some brand new reporting from ABC News about new evidence against Donald Trump and even witness testimony from an aide of his about his handling of these documents. And truly, this story is pretty crazy, so we're just going to dive right in. So here is the brand new reporting from ABC News. Trump wrote to-do lists for an assistant on White House documents marked classified. Right? These documents are clearly marked classified, and Donald Trump would write to-do lists on them. There are nation's secrets, and he's treating them as scrap paper, but that's not even the worst part of the story. I know that sounds crazy. This in itself is like, what is wrong with this guy? But it's not the worst part of the story, and I can promise you that, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. One of Donald Trump's longtime assistants told federal investigators that Trump repeatedly wrote to-do lists for her on documents from the White House that were marked classified, according to sources familiar with her statements. Now, as described to ABC News, the aide Molly Michael told investigators that more than once she received requests or taskings from Trump that were written on the back of note cards, and she later recognized those note cards as sensitive White House materials with visible classification markings that were used to brief Trump while he was still in office about phone calls with foreign leaders or other international related matters. So let's just be clear here, right? We already know that Donald Trump mishandled our highest nation's secrets, right? You know, they were stored in his bathroom, his ballroom. They were scattered all over the floor. The boxes fell over. You know, he was showing them to different people. But now we really get an insight as to how Donald Trump treated our classified documents, right? He treated them as note cards. He treated them as scrap paper to write to-do lists for assistants on them. These are our nation's highest secrets, and he's just handing out note cards to assistants. I mean, that in itself is a problem, just handing out classified documents to people who don't have security clearance. But, you know, treating them as note cards is insane. These documents are sensitive. They're classified for a reason. They are secrets. They are not meant to be written on. They're not meant to be handed out. And Donald Trump just carelessly, was handing them out to people, writing on them. It's just disgusting how this guy treated our nation's secrets. I don't know how anybody still supports this guy. I ask myself that question quite frequently, actually. But anyway, the note cards with classification markings were at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate when FBI agents searched the property on August 8th, 2022, but the materials were not taken by the FBI. But when Michael, who was not present for the search, returned to Mar-a-Lago the next day to clean up her office space, she found the documents underneath a drawer or organizer and helped transfer them to the FBI that same day. So she did the right thing. You know, she found out she had classified documents, and she immediately returned them back to the FBI, which is great news. I'm very happy that she did that, even though I disagree with her. But also, the fact that the FBI didn't find them goes to show you how frequent classified documents were in Mar-a-Lago, how they were just lying around, right? So the FBI found the main ones, but you know, there were more on this lady's desk. You know, we don't know where else they were in Mar-a-Lago that the FBI might have missed, and that, you know, other documents were transferred over. But it just goes to show you that they were all around Mar-a-Lago. Donald Trump was just throwing them all over the place. He had no care. He had no care for our nation's secrets. And remember, at Mar-a-Lago, Donald Trump had nuclear secrets. He had the nuclear secrets of other nations' secrets just generally, and of course ours. And, you know, they're just lying around Mar-a-Lago. I mean, the story is just insane, and I genuinely just don't understand how anybody justifies this for Donald Trump. But also, the sources said that Michael also told investigators last year that she grew increasingly concerned with how Trump was handling recurring requests from the National Archives for the return of all government documents being kept in boxes at Mar-a-Lago, and she felt that Trump's claims about it at the time would be easy to disprove. And of course, she was right that they are easy to disprove. Donald Trump's arguments in connection to this case are very poor. They have been this entire time. But it also goes to show you that, you know, even the people around Donald Trump were like, Trump, you got to turn these documents back to the National Archives. Like, he can't claim that everybody around him was telling him, no, you can keep them. And of course, that's never going to work. But he can't even claim that, because even longtime aides of his are like, buddy, you got to give this back. you got to give these documents back to the National Archive. Sources said that after Trump heard the FBI wanted to interview Michael last year about his handling of these classified documents, Trump allegedly told her, quote, "You don't know anything about the boxes." Now, ABC News is saying it's unclear exactly what he meant by that, but I think we might be able to infer allegedly, right? That if he did say, "You don't know anything about the boxes," that's obviously witness tampering, right? It's obstruction of justice. It's trying to get a witness to not cooperate with a subpoena to its full effect. That's illegal. You cannot do that. All of those things are illegal. All of those things are against the law. And if Donald Trump's saying, "You don't know anything about the boxes," okay, just pretend you don't, right? If it's in that context, that's bad. That's really bad. That's really wrong. That's clearly obstruction of justice. And I think that probably Jack Smith and the Department of Justice are keeping that interaction in the back of their minds as they proceed forward. And it's been reported that they're still investigating Trump in these cases and still conducting interviews. And there were superseding indictments brought against Donald Trump, and even others were indicted in the case newly. So maybe there are more charges to come. I don't know. But if Trump is saying, like, "You don't know anything about these boxes," that's bad. That's obviously illegal. And I know Trump supporters and the MAGA cultists might try to make something up or justify it in some way. But I think even moderate Republican voters are probably at the point where they're like, "Yeah, I can't support this guy anymore. I mean, this is just too evil." But yeah, not good. Not good. I mean, again, you don't have to be a Democrat or a Republican to acknowledge this, right? If you have a person handling our classified documents in this way, we can all come together and agree that that's wrong. If you're treating our nation's secrets as note cards, as scrap paper, come on. I mean, I hope that we can all agree that this is wrong. And if you're telling people to not cooperate fully with a subpoena to protect yourself, as is being alleged, that's a big deal. That's obviously illegal. But I don't know. Again, we all saw what happened in the aftermath of these indictments. Trump and the MAGA supporters will somehow claim that it's all manufactured, it's all fake, and that somehow Trump is right and everybody is wrong magically. But this is not good. And if you are Donald Trump, you know that they have mountains of evidence against you. You know you did something wrong. But this should worry you even more because it's kind of revealing the extent as to how people close to him have totally flipped, right? Like Molly Michael, the video technician at Mar-a-Lago as well has flipped. All these people are coming together to be like, yeah, Donald Trump, that's your guy. That guy you should probably look into for obvious reasons. That should terrify Trump. And man, every single night he should be going to bed worrying about being in a jail cell for the rest of his life, hearing that door shut for the first time. Anyway, this is a big story, and Trump and his team should be terrified. That's going to wrap it up for today, folks. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate when you guys do that stuff. It really helps out the channel, really helps me out. And I'll try to respond to every single comment on this video as long as it's productive, and actually engages in conversation. But anyway, folks, appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope to speak to you soon.